Hello and welcome back to DuckSport. We are back down working on the Prefect. It's been a while because apparently I wasn't as well as I thought I was the last time I made a video. So there's been a couple of sessions down here already doing smaller jobs and then starting on some bigger jobs as I started to feel better. And so today is going to be a bit of a catch-up video on what's been going on. The job I've been working on so far this morning is an adaptation to the clutch slave bracket. So now I can turn the slave round so the bleed is at the top. It's a better angle onto the fork. It just meant a couple of little spacers. So that was a nice simple job to get cracked out this morning, and a little clue here as to one of the other jobs that we've been doing. So the first job then was to get the wheels finished off, and I ended up sanding back and repriming the ones that I'd done, masked off the barrels of all four wheels and started the colour coat. So the colour is the same red as the Team Dynamics wheels I had before. As you can see, I think the black barrels and red centres has come out really well, especially once you've got the big tyres fitted. Next up then was getting the front suspension sorted, which meant new, longer, softer springs, and also making up some big aluminium spacers for the top, which when all fitted back to the car with the new wheels has got the ride height looking fantastic. Back at home again today and just getting some stuff sorted to take over to Steve Walford's. Unfortunately, last time I was there I got distracted by a Pinto Turbo, which I'm going to show you a clip of now. So they came in for mapping. There are also some people that I've been helping with their build over interwebs. So obviously had to get distracted by that, have a look. It made some great power, 267 horsepower in the end. Did have some boost control issues, a bit like I experienced with my last build, but yeah, we solved those. So hopefully I've given them some tips and that will be back without boost control issues later, maybe squeeze a little bit more out of it. So today I'm just sorting out some bits I've got to take over to Steve Walford's next time I go over, in preparation for the last few jobs that we're going to be doing over there. So I'm going to carry on and get those done, and we'll cut back now to Steve's. So this was meant to be at Walford's, but I'm at home because it's a little early doors before work on Friday. Decided to nip out to the garage, and so those of you who follow me on the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, you'll have seen that I've painted up some badges for the Prefect. Particularly the bonnet badges, and I did a little poll about what badges I should fit to the bonnet, and this morning I'm just going to start fitting the first of them. I'm still not sure whether I'm going with the results of the poll or not, but at least one badge is going on, so I'm going to mask up the bonnet, mark out where it needs to go, and maybe drill the holes. For those of you that haven't seen, these are the two badges. So the Prefect one goes sort of down here, and then the V goes sort of that area. Okay, bonnet masked off and marked up the holes, drilled them, and see if the badge now fits. Oh, that's close. Nearly. Boom, there we go. So I just had to take those outer ones up very slightly, but that is now a perfect push fit. For anybody that's interested, there you go, that's the 3 holes, and then just line the middle one up. Oh, push that in, and there you go. So a little bit of sticky stuff on the back to hold that in place, and we are good. It does look good at the Prefect badge. Right, okay, so V. I think I'm going against the pole. I'm not going to fit it, mainly because I don't think I'm ever going to get it so that it points directly to the F of Prefect and looks right in its own position. So just Prefect badge it is. I think it looks pretty good like that. The masking tape's just holding it on while the sticky stuff dries, just to make sure it doesn't move. But yeah, that looks good. should be ready to come with me tomorrow. So another day down at Steve Walford's, and first job of the day is fitting some washers to increase the caster. And there they are. So they're just on the back side of the bush for the tie bar on the lower arm. And that's going to have the effect of moving the wheel forward in the arch and sorting out our caster issues. So I've been ticking away, getting a few little jobs done. That includes getting the front number plate fitted. And a quick wrap on the exhaust and wastegate pipe. And also fitting the rear number plate. A little bit more tinkering done, and the bonnet is now fitted. So I've gone for leather straps at the front and quick latch type pins at the back. Gonna need to put some little tabs here to be able to lift the bonnet when you do the quick latches. But other than that, it's all good. A little bit later, working on a charge pipe to go from the charge cooler into the inlet, and just run into a small problem. This little bit that we made on the rad previously is now in the way and in the wrong spot, so we're going to cut that off there, and at another point maybe put something over here that we can dot down under it before it becomes a problem. Problem solved. So we just fitted up the charge cooler pipe. It fits, so Steve's going to finish up welding it now. Of course, because it's now pitch black outside, I couldn't show you what it looks like, but I'm going to take it home with me, paint it, wrap it in some gold heat reflective stuff, so we'll see you next time. No idea if you're going to be able to hear me properly over the wind, but it's really windy. Just back at home the next day and got the charge pipe out, so I thought I'd give you a quick look at what it looks like now before I paint and wrap it. There we go, comes out of the charge cooler here, up, round, across the front of the car, 90 into the throttle body, with an air temp intake sensor at the end. So, first things first, I'm going to grind back the welds, then paint it, then wrap it in gold. Right, time to get the grinder out and grind back some of these welds. The nice thing about the COVID pandemic, I've got a mask on hand when you're going to do grinding. Okay, so I've dressed back the welds a little bit. Don't need to get them completely flat because this thing's going to be wrapped. So it is now ready for me to start prepping it for a bit of primer just to protect the mild steel. So time to move where we're working, go upstairs and sit in the garden. So I'm just up in the garden now, so I can work up here and not leave the dogs by themselves in the house, and just rub back and put a quick coat of edge primer on the top half of the pipe. Hopefully you can hear me over this wind. There we go. That's the first side, got some primer on it, and once that's dried enough I'll flip it over, put some on the other side, probably do a bit of matte black each side as well. And then once that's all dried, it's time to wrap it in the gold heat reflective and protective materials stuff. There we go, that's it dressed in black. Just gonna let that dry, flip it over to the other side. Yes, I know I probably shouldn't have done that way. Do I care? No. And done. I am gonna wrap the charge pipe now because it's all dried nice and quickly because it's so windy outside. So I sat in the kitchen and just measuring out what I need. So we've got the charge pipe, got the gold foil, just going to measure out the first piece to wrap that main long section. Cut it out, give it a go. Okay, the charge pipe is now all wrapped in gold. Is it the neatest? No. Does it matter? Not really, because you're not really going to see it. Is it going to be effective? Probably not. Do I care? No, because I like it. There you go, that's the charge pipe, all wrapped in gold then. And yeah, the corners were really difficult to get anywhere near neat, but I figure you're not going to see a lot of this once it's actually in the car. So I think I'm going to call it quits on this one then, and get this video out to you guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for notifications on when our next videos come out. you.